Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty common now, live-in relationships.
That's right.
We're going to unpack what they're really about, look at the upsides, the downsides.
And what actually makes them tick based on what we've
Yeah, right.
researched.
So the mission today is to explore all that. First off, just to be clear, what is a live-in relationship?
Simply put, it's when two people, usually partners, decide to live together, share a home, but without getting legally married.
Okay. And it seems like we're seeing this more and more, yeah, especially with younger couples, maybe in cities.
Definitely. It's gained a lot of traction, often seen as, well, a practical step, a way to sort of test out long-term compatibility before making that really formal commitment.
Okay, so let's dig into that why. What are the big advantages people see? Compatibility testing seems huge.
It really is. And it's not just about, quirks like leaving socks around.
Right, it goes deeper.
Much deeper. Living together brings out the real-life stuff. Things like, how clean do you really keep the place? Are your social lives compatible? One person's a homebody. The other needs to be out all the time. And crucially, how do you handle conflict? Those everyday disagreements. Cohabitation puts those front and center in a way dating just doesn't.
Yeah, it's like a real-world stress test for the relationship. So you see the habits, the lifestyle, and finances too.
Finances are a big one.
And temperament, how you handle things day to day. Okay, what about the practical side? Financial flexibility comes up a lot.
Yes, and it's more than just splitting the rent, although that's obviously a factor.
Sure.
It's also about the freedom it gives couples to figure out how they want to manage money together or separately. Some pool resources, maybe save for a big goal.
Okay.
Others keep everything separate, just contributing to shared bills. That kind of flexibility with individual debt or savings goals, it's a real plus for many, maybe different from how marriage often merges finances right away.
So it offers a window into each other's money habits and philosophies before things get legally intertwined.
Precisely.
And all this daily living, sharing chores, making decisions together, it naturally leads to understanding the relationship on a deeper level, right?
Absolutely. You're constantly navigating shared responsibilities, dealing with small conflicts, trying to align on bigger picture stuff.
It forces a certain clarity, I imagine.
It really does. You see if you can genuinely handle things together. It helps avoid rushing into marriage, gives you proper time to assess if this is really the lifelong commitment you both want.
Makes sense. Plus, there's that convenience factor, isn't there? Maybe fewer societal expectations or rules compared to marriage. More control over your own space and routine.
That's certainly part of the appeal for some, a bit more autonomy in structuring your life together.
Okay, so there are clear benefits, but it can't all be smooth sailing. What about the challenges? The sources definitely highlighted some potential pitfalls.
Oh, absolutely. And a major one, perhaps the most significant, is the lack of legal rights and security compared to marriage.
That feels like a big deal. What kind of things are we talking about specifically?
Well, think about serious situations. Property rights, for instance. If you buy something expensive together, who owns it if you split up? Inheritance is another area. And critically, medical decisions. If one partner gets seriously ill, the other might not have the legal right to make healthcare choices or even get information from doctors. Marriage often provides those protections automatically.
Wow, yeah, those are things you maybe don't think about until you're in that crisis situation.
Exactly. And dividing assets, even everyday things bought together, can get messy without legal standing or clear prior agreements.
Okay, so legal vulnerability is key. What else came up? Family and social pressure.
Yes, that was mentioned quite a bit. Especially in more traditional families or communities, couples might face judgment, disapproval.
Or just a lack of acceptance.
Right. And that can be really isolating and put a lot of emotional strain on the relationship. Losing that wider support network is tough.
I can imagine. Then there's the commitment aspect itself. Is there a risk one person might not see it as seriously because it's maybe perceived as easier to leave?
That's a nuanced point that came up.
Yeah.
The very freedom that attracts some people can sometimes create insecurity for one or both partners.
No, so.
Well, because there isn't that formal long-term guarantee like marriage, there might be an underlying worry about stability. Is my partner as committed as I am?
Right.
The feeling that it could be easier to walk away might lead one person to feel less secure, Or perhaps one partner doesn't invest quite as deeply.
So that no long-term guarantee can cut both ways, leading to potential instability or emotional distress if things don't work out.
Exactly. And the uncertainty about the future, if the relationship does end, can have pretty significant emotional and financial impacts.
And I guess all of this gets even more complicated if there are children involved.
Oh, significantly more complicated. The sources really emphasize this.
What are the main issues there?
Legal matters around kids become very intricate. Things like establishing legal paternity, ensuring child support, figuring out custody arrangements. These can be much harder without the legal framework of marriage.
So potentially more legal battles.
Potentially, yes.
Uh,
Plus, there can sometimes be social hurdles or even stigma for the children in certain environments where non-marital families are less common or accepted.
okay, that paints a pretty clear picture of the potential downsides. So given all these challenges, the legal stuff, the social pressure, the commitment, questions how do couples make a live-in relationship successful? What did the sources point to as the key ingredients?
Well, across the board, what really came through is the importance of the fundamentals. Things like mutual respect, first and foremost.
Okay.
Really clear, open communication, talking about everything. Setting well-defined boundaries, what's shared, what's individual space, expectations.
Boundaries seem crucial.
Hugely.
Yeah.
And having genuinely shared expectations about where the relationship is going or what it means to both people right now.
So it's not just assuming you're on the same page.
Definitely not. The research suggests these elements, respect, communication, boundaries, shared understanding, are absolutely critical for building a strong foundation. Maybe even more critical because you don't have the automatic legal structure of marriage backing you up.
That makes a lot of sense. You have to intentionally build the structure yourselves.
Precisely.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping this up, it's clear that living together can be a really practical step for understanding compatibility, building closeness without that immediate marriage pressure.
But it comes with its own unique set of challenges, especially legally and sometimes socially, that couples really need to navigate proactively.
Definitely. It requires conscious effort.
It really does.
So that leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? If clear communication, mutual respect, and defined boundaries are so vital for making a live-in relationship work. Well, what does that tell us about the core elements needed for any successful long-term partnership, marital or not? Something for you to ponder.